When a person lies, there's a certain aura, vibration, frequency that you give off into the air. It's like it's off. If you're a music student or you love music and you know if one person just hits a note that seems to be a little flat or a little sharp, it throws off the whole entire score. That's what happens when you lie. Welcome, everyone. I'm Lady Zelda, and seeing crime is exactly what we're doing these days, and it's getting to be more and more and more. As we go into the mid part of February, today is the early morning hours of February 15th of 2025, you're going to see more posturing, more manipulation, and especially more lying. As this time goes on, you're also going to see some motions that are ridiculous that are coming out of the CW, as in a motion that was filed on the 14th of February 2025 from the CW, citing a motion, Rule 48 of the defense, meaning that they're violating some type of evidentiary motion, is my understanding. You can look that up. It's a Rule 48. Basically, I think they're just mad because the defense has mentioned Proctor and the Proctor text to Lolly July 1st of 2024. So you see, as this heats up, we start seeing positions of more and more people, where they stand and where they lie. Now, as time goes on, you see there's a few things that you can see, know, feel when someone's lying to you. First of all, you can look at their chin. The chin is one of the most prominent places that you can tell if someone is lying, especially if there's a quiver. The other thing is when you get a person in a room that is lying, the one thing you want to do is make them feel comfortable with you, but then turn on the heat, and eventually you'll see them squirm. You put a person in a room that's not in a corner, so they don't feel like they're being cornered or just being aggressed upon. You put them close to a door, and you watch them carefully, that when you start questioning them, they'll start looking at the door, maybe as a place of exit, maybe as a place of refuge, and especially knowing that they want to get out of there, and they'll tell whatever they need to tell to get out of there as quickly as possible. There are telltale lines of lying, but you have to look at the desperation behind the lies, the desperation of why people lie. In the case of Higgins, someone said that he technically, supposedly, allegedly called in to the JFK and James show again, tried to conceal his voice, and yet people figured it out. I have not heard it. You can check them out. But you see, this is what happens because he's been left on his own. Who do I feel that he was talking to at 1:43 a.m., January 29th of 2022? Is Berkey. Chief Berkey is what I feel. We may never know that. The energy here is high today. John's energy is especially high. These things are starting to roll through like a movie now, and just like very, very short clips. You're going to see the desperation come out. And don't get mad. I want you to start grinning, because you're going to see the desperation, just like this Rule 48 motion. And I'm waiting for our legal beagle friends to awake today to explain exactly what this is. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not law enforcement. I certainly am not a medical professional. I am a tarot profiler, a tarot psychic, and a psychic medium. Today we have 3 decks of cards in front of us. We have What Lies Beneath, we have the Kipper deck, and we have the Piotnik deck. I want to see what the flavor of this case is going to be going into this next week. I think you're going to see exactly, because it has been a fury of motions. It has been now both sides locking horns. This is posturous, and you're going to see Hank come out like a house of fire. He's not happy, and he feels bullied, and especially he feels backed in a corner, because now we have a new motion to dismiss from Turtle Boy, Dr. Aiden, and the Betterow letters, the killer bees, Bradle and Betterow, coming out. And we're now seeing that as well. So they're getting it from both sides. And guess what, my darlings? This is what you want to see, because the walls are closing in. And now the bad actors are getting nervous. Who do I feel Hank is there for? Well, certainly not to prosecute Karen Reed for a crime, because he knows factually that she didn't commit it. He's there to posture, in my opinion now, he is there to posture the CW and protect the DA's office and protect these bad actors. You can see this by him trying to throw out all the experts of the defense. There's no way. And people know this. How will they select a jury for this? How will they carry on both? Well, bottom line, the courts are closed on Monday for President's Day in the U.S. Tuesday, most likely we will hear a lot of things about the motions, and definitely I'm going to say we'll definitely see Attorney Mark Betterow into the court on Tuesday. I don't know about you, but I will be watching. Let's get started. We're going to look into things. We're going to clear these cards. Let me know what you see in the cloth. There's a lot of energy here today, my darlings. We're going to start out with the Kipper. Just a couple cards. We're going to try to make this as short as possible because, well, I think there may be another few videos coming out today. And plus, do not miss the live stream I have planned for tonight, a different EVP session. We're just going to go right through, and we're going to decide exactly what the words are. So be prepared. If you come in, be prepared. Have pen, pencil, paper handy. Get your snacks ready. Get everything ready, because this is going to be good. We're going to try to capture the energy of John O'Keefe on camera. We're going to try. He's here. And he gets stronger and stronger. And as time goes by, it gets stronger and stronger. Let's get started. Angel guide spirits, we're asking for guidance and direction in the Karen Reed case. Tell us what you want us to know. We thank you for your guidance. We're going to check on the bottom of the deck. And what do we have? Definitely a message of concern is coming for the CW. After filing that Rule 48 motion, expect it, my darlings. Expect it. Look at that. Now, you know what? A message of concern. And then we have this message. And then we have this message from the marriage. And I'm going to say this. Pardon me. This particular card does not mean your typical marriage. It means a commitment that has been made and that will continue and carry on. The commitment from Hank Brennan to the CW, who will be receiving a message, definitely, but it will be a message of concern. Let's lay out a couple of these cards. On the bottom of the deck, that's right. Don't get mad, my darlings, at all this going on. They're setting, I've never seen anything like this. And you know what? It does not look like Hank is filing any affidavits after these motions, which makes them, in my opinion, according to what the legal beagles of our circles say, facially unacceptable. They should be denied just because of that. Hank is not following the rules, and his deal and his court case against Karen Reed is falling apart. Give it another little shuffle. Insecure. They should be. Definitely. I just heard a knock on my door. It is the early mornings, game over. It is the early hours of the morning. There better not be anyone at my door. And this usually happens. Now, it's from the outside. I know there's no one in here because, well, I would know it. I'm sitting pretty close to my front window, and I would have seen someone come. There's only one way to my door and one way out. If you heard it, let me know. But that energy is not welcome here. And incidentally, if you ever hear that in the wee hours of the morning, your name being called outside the door, or a knock happening outside the door, don't go to the door. And especially don't look out the peephole. Because if there's bad energy, that peephole from the outside looking in will be looking at you. Unless you know that there is someone physically there, do not open the door. Even if you don't know them. I'll let that be at your discretion. Insecure and game over. Isn't it funny that this energy shows up? They're not allowed in here. Ever since I was psychically attacked, they are not. That energy, throwing energy here, is not allowed here. And amazing, because first of all, this video isn't published yet. So the energy has to listen to what I'm saying. Isn't that amazing? Piatnik deck, 36 cards, 6 different languages. We're going to see what's going on. Merriment. I'm going to put that down for a second. The marriage card. You see this? If that's not competition, and if that's not confirmation, my darlings, I don't know what is. 2 separate decks. A Kipper and a Lenormand deck. A baby. That's a new beginning, and that's exactly what's going to be happening here. So what's this merriment? Well, the CW still thinks, if you are on X or Twitter, the CW still believes, their side of the aisle still believes that Hank has the upper hand, that Karen will fall. You can tell she's not. You can tell she's not a liar. Liars have certain characteristics. Karen is not that. Karen is not that. Things are heating up. And oh, are they definitely. This is on the Five of Clubs. The Five of Clubs is basically a card now with this particular card that means, oh, there's progress, and it's going to start costing money. But I'll tell you, the side that it's going to start costing money is the CW side. And unfortunately, it comes to the taxpayers of Massachusetts. A man, that is Hank, came over. A burning desire. Hank has made this his absolute mission. An absolute mission to nail Karen at whatever cost. And I'm going to say this, and I hope I don't cause anyone any stress over this. But attorneys are supposed to be working things out as far as evidence is concerned, and experts. Now, the CW went to 1 Meadows Ave. That's where John's house is. The family has now moved into John's house. The CW took their expert, supposedly there, and 2 civilians were there. One was Paul O'Keefe. During this expert findings, investigation. And yet, when the defense wants to come, they have asked respectfully for the O'Keefe family to let them come and do some little experiments on the Traverse, which was John's car, and on Karen's car. Or SUVs, rather. And you know what the response is? File a motion. You would think if the O'Keefe family wanted to get to the bottom of their son's demise, they would say, bring it on, do it, let's get to the bottom of it. Because you would know that if Karen was guilty, that alone could prove her guilt, and you would want to do that. But they are so ate up, that's a saying in the South of the United States, they are so ate up with hate, anxiety, evil. They have made their mind up that they want to nail Karen. It does not matter to them. As long as they can factually find Karen guilty, and they're not going to. That may hurt some people. I'm not talking about the O'Keefe family because I know grief is a horrible, horrible thing. But at the same time, let's use our noodles. We want to get to the bottom of it. All of us do. It's just not because we want Karen to be freed, because we do. We want justice for John. A young person, immature, there's a plan. Karen Reed's side, the defense has a plan, and so does the CW. But I'm going to tell you, we have a collective mastermind grid with this dream team, my darlings. A collective mastermind grid. Because with all of these attorneys, including Attorney Martin Weinberg for the appeal, what one doesn't think of, the other one does. Do you think that Lolly and Hank have that? Do you think they have that? Do you think they have that camaraderie, that sense to find the truth no matter what? I mean, these guys are the Knights Templar. They want truth and justice. Another immature person. You know, I look at these and I wonder if these are the McBimbos of the 34 Fairview party. Those young people who I don't know, and yes, they do. That is not Jen, but that is, in my opinion, Nicole Albert. You see, there's a new beginning coming, and we're here for it. We are here for it. Let's get a final word from the Kipper deck, my darling. Final word. The community. The community has had a bellyful. What people don't know is I have a lot of people evidently from that area up there in Massachusetts, Stoughton, Dedham, Canton, who email me and say, please don't say anything, don't mention my name. We are so sick and tired of this. This corruption has gone rampant. We are frightened. We also can figure out what the truth is, but we're too frightened to mention it. Hang in there, my darlings. Hang in there. Last word from this card, the Piotnik. John is here, Officer John O'Keefe. And that is the most important part of this whole entire thing. Because, look, once you get justice for John, then Karen Reed will be free if it is true justice. Final from this deck. Final from this deck. Setting the record straight. Tell me that Officer John is not here. I want to thank you so much for being here with me in the wee hours of the morning. Bless you, my darlings. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm going to see you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's New York, America time. I will be live. I will be live, and we're going to be checking in with this gentleman right here. Join me. Won't you do that? If you'd like to have a reading with me, also please check out the links in the description. Thank you for your support. And for this community, you guys are absolutely the best. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Let's get it out there, because the truth will set Karen free and will give John justice. Thanks again, my darlings, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.